Don't start obesity medication like Mounjaro until you know this. The one rule that saves your metabolism. Hook, the paradigm shift. The era of celebrating a lower number on the scale is over. In 2026, the new gold standard of obesity treatment isn't how fast you lose weight. It's what you preserve while losing it. Tirzepatide, known as Mounjaro or Zepbound, is the most powerful metabolic tool humanity has ever discovered. But used without understanding its mechanics, it becomes a Trojan horse quietly eroding your metabolic engine, your muscle. Today, we're diving deep into why this drug becomes a life-changing turning point for some, but a complete metabolic bankruptcy for others. You might be wondering, if I'm losing weight, isn't that a win no matter how it happens? Let's talk about the cost. Part 1. The chemical scalpel. Let's be honest. For those dealing with severe obesity, Mounjaro is a miracle. I call it non-invasive chemical surgery. Think about it. While a surgeon uses a real scalpel to cut away diseased tissue, this drug acts as a molecular scalpel. It goes deep into your system, rewiring your hormones and shutting down the systemic inflammation that's been sabotaging your health for years. This is why the results are so dramatic. It forces your body to shed weight in a way we've never seen before. It works, and it works powerfully. But here's the catch. Every surgery has a recovery price. Because this scalpel is so efficient, it doesn't always distinguish between the fat you want to lose and the muscle you need to keep. You might win the war against the scale, but lose the war for your vitality. So, how do we make sure this surgery only cuts what we want it to? It starts with understanding why your body is about to make a very dangerous mistake. Part 2. Why your body attacks muscle first. The problem is that your body doesn't selectively burn only body fat for fuel. You must understand a survival mechanism called gluconeogenesis. It sounds complex, but it simply means creating new glucose from non-carb sources. Your brain and vital organs will shut down without a constant supply of glucose. When Mounjaro drastically reduces your food intake, your body enters a state of emergency. But why muscle? Why would my body attack my own strength? Instead of that stored fat I'm trying to get rid of? Think of it like a high-performance electric vehicle EV. You're cruising down the Mounjaro highway at high speed, and suddenly, the low-energy warning light flashes. Ideally, the car should pull power from the auxiliary battery, your body fat. But there's a catch. Extracting energy from fat is a slow and inefficient process. It can't maintain the output required for high-speed performance. If you don't provide external charging protein, the car enters emergency power mode and makes a devastating decision. It starts tearing apart the structural components of the car, your muscle, to generate immediate electricity. On the outside, the car still looks like it's maintaining its pace. But internally, you are hacking away at your own frame and pillars to keep the engine running. You arrive at your goal weight, but your metabolic hardware is half-wrecked. This is the reality of skinny fat. But here's the good news. The fix is far simpler than most people realize. This is where it really matters, because most people ruin everything by missing what comes next. Part 3. The 0.8 gram per pound rule in your survival manual. To prevent this disaster and turn Mounjaro into a true blessing, you need a metabolic insurance policy. The 0.8 gram rule. This isn't about getting bulky. It's about reaching your anabolic ceiling, the threshold where you force your body to keep its muscle-building switch on. This means providing enough amino acids to override the muscle breakdown signals. So how do we actually implement this without feeling like we're force-feeding ourselves? Here is your 2026 Muscle Survival Manual. 1. The numbers don't lie. Multiply your body weight in pounds by 0.8. If you weigh 200 pounds, 160 grams of protein is your mandatory survival target. The moment you compromise on this number, you compromise your metabolic engine. 2. Drip feed your fuel. Your body doesn't have a massive storage tank for protein. Cramming 100 grams into one meal is like trying to fill a cup under a massive waterfall. Most is wasted. To keep the anabolic signal active 24/7, you must continuous charge with 30 to 40 grams of protein every 3 to 4 hours. 3. Send a clear preserve signal. Your body is ruthless. If you don't use it, you lose it. Resistance training twice a week is the only physical signal that tells your brain, these pillars are still in use, don't touch them. It doesn't have to be heavy. It just needs to be consistent tension. 4. Manage the coolant and filters. Rapid fat loss is a dirty process that creates massive metabolic debris. Without enough water and fiber, your engine will overheat. You generally need around 30 grams of fiber and up to 100 Oz, 3 liters, of water, adjusted for body size and activity, as your primary cooling system. 160 grams of protein a day? On Mounjaro, when I have zero appetite? Is that even possible? It's hard work. But it's the difference between reaching the finish line as an athlete lean and powerful, or arriving as a survivor thin but frail and broken. If I had to summarize everything you've heard in one sentence, it would be this. Weight loss isn't the finish line, it's a reconstruction. Closing, why this matters for your future. Mounjaro is a tool for rebuilding your body. But the real reason you need this manual is for your post-Mounjaro life. If you reach your goal weight with a collapsed metabolic infrastructure, the moment you stop the medication, you will become a low-efficiency vehicle that gains weight easier than ever before. Rebound weight gain isn't about a lack of willpower. It's about a crashed BMR caused by lost muscle. Numbers are temporary. Vitality is a lifelong asset. Don't just aim to be light. Aim to be high performance. Final question. So let me ask you, are you building a new body or just burning the old one down? If this deep dive helped you, subscribe and hit the bell. I'll see you in the next one. Stay strong.